Time now for this week's edition of the Lowe Down. 5 questions, 30 seconds to answer each one. I don't know what they are. Stephen and Robbie have them written down. They're ready to go. I've been told I might need a table. That's all I know, Stephen. You've got the first question. Go.
No, I don't. Robbie has.
Oh, Robbie, sorry.
OK, you asked this question of us, I think at least once. After another defeat for Nottingham Forest, does Ange Postecoglou last the international break?
You said yes, but I think that's your heart talking, because you don't like it when managers don't get time, which is fair. You said no, you think he's going to get fired. I think it would be too crazy to fire him after 27 days. And if you're going to fire him today. Don't fire him 3 days in or 8 days into the international break. So fire him today or don't fire him and give him at least until the next international break. I know that some people don't fit some clubs, but how can you possibly judge after 27 days? It doesn't feel right, but I don't think you can fire somebody after 7 games. I think that's a laughingstock situation.
Interesting. OK, so why are Liverpool struggling so much? Can you put your finger on it?
Oh, I think there's quite a few things. I think they've brought in a lot of players which they didn't do last year, and Arne Slot's had to suddenly try to shoehorn some in. Florian Wirtz is a perfect example. He's had to shoehorn him in, and then he dropped him for the game yesterday because he's just not working out right now. He just hasn't settled. He hasn't adapted. There are other players at fullback that aren't working, but then even Conor Bradley isn't working really either at fullback right now. He's a little bit, I don't know what the word is, but he's just not quite looking like the Conor Bradley I think we thought he would look like. Isak hasn't scored a Premier League goal yet. I just think Arne Slot is having to deal with a lot of things under a microscope that he didn't have to do last year, because last year he sort of just carried on steering this ship in the direction it was going. And this is going to be a real test for him. So I think there's quite, I've only named a few, but it's quite Mo Salah, super quiet as well. Ended last season super quiet, still super quiet. Konate out of form. Virgil van Dijk having to do a lot of heavy lifting in that back line. I think they've got quite a few problems. I know they're 1 point off top. I think they've got a few problems to sort out in the next couple of weeks, but I'm sure they will, because I love Arne Slot. Rob?
So my question kind of rolls on from that. Arsenal go into the break, top of the league table.
Yeah.
Are they the clear favourites now?
Yeah, I think so. And I think that the game at Newcastle will go down this season as being one of the most important moments, when Gabriel got that last gasp header. Was it a header? Yeah. And I think that actually was when the bookmakers changed. After that game, they put them as favourites. The bookies are rarely wrong, sometimes, but rarely. I just feel that they feel complete as a squad. I can't help, and I said it a few weeks ago, I think, on the Lowe Down, looking at their bench and comparing their bench to Liverpool, comparing their bench to Manchester City, who are the next closest, really, in terms of going for the title. They're streets ahead in terms of strength and depth.
Are you surprised at how well they've looked?
Arsenal?
Yeah.
Not really, because I was a little bit surprised that they dropped points where they dropped points so far this season. I thought they were going to start like a train, and hopefully now, for their sake, it is like a train moving forward, because I think they deserve it. I think the players deserve it. I just think it's their time, and they just feel pretty flawless in every area. It's hard to find a weak area. I mean, obviously, the injuries to Rice and Odegaard keep an eye on, especially Odegaard, but they're pretty much set everywhere on the park.
OK, so the Premier League is blessed with brilliant managers. But where does Iraola rank amongst them managers for you?
You know what? First of all, he ranks as the most under-talked-about manager in the Premier League.
Yeah.
There is no doubt about it. They are sitting 4th. And we've had barely time to talk about him this weekend. I know the game was on Friday, but it's just not... He's a hipster manager in that people love him sort of because he's kind of that sort of hipster, trendy head coach. But he's not trendy to talk about, because Bournemouth are not a trendy club to talk about. So he doesn't get anywhere near as much coverage. I mean, he's brilliant. And you sort of think, this start now, if it carries on in that next section of games between October and November, he could be very high on target lists of certain clubs if those particular managers continue to struggle. Andoni Iraola, by the way, also, we met him a lot in the summer series this summer. What a nice guy. So lovely. Him and Thomas Frank, absolute faves. Absolute faves. Don't you just love it as well when you meet a manager and they're really nice?
Yes.
Robbie, I'm being told we have running out of time.
Are we? Oh, boy, this is
Don't really stick to the time.
So Vitor Pereira got sent off today for irresponsible behaviour.
I know.
What constitutes irresponsible behaviour in this studio?
So much, to be fair. We have been dishing out a lot of yellow cards for irresponsible behaviour since we saw Pereira got sent off. Well, irresponsible behaviour is not sharing chocolate. You know, just getting some chocolate in and just not sharing. That's always in fact, all non-sharing snacks is irresponsible behaviour. Irresponsible behaviour is not bringing in enough snacks in which to share.
Not guilty.
Basically, not guilty, Mrs. Mustoe.
Yeah.
Guilty this time,
Yeah.
Mr. Warnock.
Guilty this time.
Guilty this time. Everything basically in this studio does revolve around snacks. So anything to do with
And tea.
snacks.
Tea and snacks.
Tea.
Quickly, who's the
Responsible
worst behaved? I'm sat right here. Don't.
I'm not being funny.
What?
You.
Why?
You've been pretty mean the last 2 days. Would you agree?
right.
Would you agree with that or not? A little bit mean?
No, you give it and take it as well.
That's true. Oh, the Premier League YouTube channel is where we've got all of our original content. Robbie's about to go and record the 2 Robbies podcast. Make sure you listen to it. It's coming out later today. The Lowe Down is there, the tactics session, and always where you can see all the goals in action. The Premier League update. That was your Lowe Down this week. Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host of NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. And for even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock.